So as you read this, by now, after doing a few problems, hopefully you would say, oh, this is a growth problem. And I know that my formula is similar to PERT, right? Initial value and growth constant, which would be some particular number that somebody gives me. PERT uses a rate, which somebody always gives us, and then time, of course. And so when I see half-life, I go, oh, yep, it's, in this case, it's not growing, but it's decaying. So I would start out with an initial amount, again, still C, and then this growth constant is probably going to be a negative. Since I'm going down, I'm losing the amount of stuff I have, I'm not growing. And I notice initially I have 3, so that would be when time is 0. Right, I have the y amount equaling 3. And so I want to know how much we'll have after 1,000 years. So when t equals 1,000, y would be what? So when I have my original formula, of course, I can plug in, oh, whoops, I don't know why I put a 3 over here. When time equals 0. Where did that come from? Talking and trying to write at the same time, Taurus. So if I fill in with 3 for the y value, and then for time I'll have 0, then I'm going to get c equals 3, which makes sense because that's how much I started with. But I proved it there, so I have y equals 3 e to the kt. And so then I need to be able to figure out what k is. And if you remember back to either Algebra 2 or Pre-Calc, this half-life tells me how long before I have half of it left. So when I'm looking at this problem, I know that whatever c starts out as, after 5,730 years, which would be my time, so 5,730, I'll have half of c left. So whatever I started out with, I'll have half of it left after 5,730 years. And so now, if I divide both sides by c, of course, I could make c cancel out. And so I have 1/2 equals e to the 5,730k. And remember, if I want to solve for a variable in the exponent, I'm going to have to log both sides. And my favorite log is natural log. And of course, this is now going to come down in front and look like this. And I know that this is 1. So if I want to solve for k, I'll divide by that really large number. And so now I have my formula, which is 3. Remember, that's what my c value was. And then e to the natural log of 1/2 over 5,730 t. And so now if I want to know how much I have after 1,000 years, all I have to do is plug in 1,000. And I'm just going to guess you probably want to use a calculator. And I end up with 2.658 grams. But check my work with your calculator because it's important that you know how to use your calculator and get the right numbers out of it.